I was trying to think of some witty verbiage to start the introduction of this video, and quite frankly, I'm fresh out. So this is just going to be a haul video of some new products that have come out, some new spring stuff, and I've used a lot of it, so I'll be able to tell you what I think of it. But some things I haven't used, but hopefully swatches will be helpful for you guys. So let's just jump right into it. Estee Lauder released a whole bunch of new eyeliners. They're called the Double Wear Stay in Place eye pencils. And they've had the double wear or the stay in place pencils before, but they released a whole bunch of new reformulated ones and a bunch of new colors. And I was at the Estee Lauder counter the other day, and they've got some really pretty colors. So I picked up 4 of the shades. I picked up number 7 in Emerald Volt. And they're really nice and soft and creamy, like they glide on real nice, and there's a smudger on the other end there. This is the one that I have on my waterline today. Like, the color is really, really pretty. The Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayons are my favorite for the waterline, but their emerald color is more a blackened emerald. Same with their blue, which I'm going to show you the Estee Lauder blue one as well, but the Marc Jacobs like navy color that they have is more of a blackened navy, so they kind of look just really like a black on my waterline. This one doesn't. This is the one that I have on. I suppose you won't be able to tell you know, through the camera, but this one you can see is an actual emerald color on my waterline as opposed to the Marc Jacobs one that just kind of looks black. So I really like that. But the wear time on these ones, for me, I have a really watery waterline and sensitive eyes. I've worn 2 of these so far, yesterday and today. And the wear time on them is probably 4 hours for me, which is a decent amount of time. Like, Urban Decay literally lasts probably, if I'm lucky, a minute on my waterline. So 4 hours is decent for these, but the Marc Jacobs ones, they last like 8-9 hours. The wear started to wear out on the outer portion of my eye, but they glide on so nicely, and they build like, I tried the Ardency In Modster liners recently, and those are really creamy and opaque and all of that stuff, but on the waterline, when I got that first pass on there, and then the liner set and you want to deepen up the color on them, it would pick itself back up off the waterline, and then I couldn't get the liner to go on, so I sent back the Modster ones. These don't. These build nicely. Like, this one wore off the outer portion, because I've had this makeup on for a long time. It's evening, and I've had it on all day. This built and went right on the waterline really nice, so I do like that about them. They could be a little bit longer wear time on my waterline personally, but they're creamy enough too, so they should be able to go on the upper lash line quite nice as well. So I do like them. I'm going to hang on to them because I think the colors are really pretty as well, and they don't irritate my eyes, and they feel nice, even though the wear time could be a little bit longer for me. But anyway, this next one is number 5, Night Violet, and this here, I have a hard time finding purple liners. Is my still in focus? I have a hard time finding purple liners to go on my waterline without making my eyes look bloodshot. And this one doesn't do that. And it goes on, and it's a nice purple color, and it doesn't make my eyes look really red. So I like that purple, and it's called Night Violet. This next one is number 10, Blue Steel, and it is also a really unique color. It's like a gray, green, navy color. It's just a really unique color, and I thought that one would be really pretty as well on the waterline. So that is Blue Steel. And then this last one is number 9, Electric Cobalt. And that one looks like this. Again, this is another one of those colors that the Marc Jacobs version of the navy is, it's a blackened color. This is a bright color, and I have this color in the Lancome version in the gel liners that stays really nice, and I also have a color like this similar in the NARS Larger Than Life, but both of those liners, for some reason, after a couple hours of wear, it literally makes my eyeball, the actual eyeball, hurt. Like, it kind of feels like I got punched in the eyeball. So there's something funny with the formula of some of the NARS Larger Than Life pencils and some gel liners that I have a problem with that. But these feel really great, and I think the colors are so pretty. Also from the Estee Lauder counter, I picked up the little black primer, which I've seen on quite a few blogs so far. It's a Tint, Amplify, and Set. You can prime your lashes with it. You can use it just to tint, give your lashes like a very, very natural looking deeper tint to them, or you can set your like a mascara with it, and it's supposed to help it not flake and stuff like that. I've used it for the past 2 days as a primer, and I like it. I think it does add a little extra something to whatever mascara you're using. And it goes on, it does literally tint the lashes as well, like a darker color, but your lashes still look like they're your own lashes. So that's kind of nice if you just want like a lash tint. It's kind of nice like that, but it does give a little something extra to the lashes. So far I'm liking it. This is what the brush looks like right here. And the two mascaras I've used with it, both, it just kind of added a little something extra to both the mascaras that I used with it. So far so good on this. I mean, I don't think it's an over dramatic effect by any means, but as far as a nice little black primer, I kind of think it is that so far. So when I had purchased the Urban Decay Vice Limited palettes, which they're at Ulta now after all that whole debacle, if you're interested in that palette, when I purchased them ones off the Urban Decay website, they sent me a little 20% off card. So when Urban Decay came out with their new spring type of stuff, I went ahead and placed an order there because I got the 20% off of them. So I picked up this palette, and it is the Urban Decay customizable palette, which I like to collect these. I think that the pattern on some of their little tin palettes, even though a palette as a whole for the shadows that are in there is a little on the bulky side, but the patterns on here are really, really pretty. So that is what the palette looks like, and it's just an empty palette. They used to come with a shadow, which was actually a better deal because you kind of got the palette for free, but they don't do that anymore. But I went ahead and I purchased 3 of the new, what are these called exactly? They're new like glitter type shadows. One of these isn't a new one. I think it's this one right here. It is, yeah, Glitter Rock. I think is part 1 of the old one, but these 3 are the newer ones. And I wore these ones the other day, and they're really, really gorgeous. You do have to use like a tacky primer to get them to stick and get that duochrominess out of them. Otherwise you can get like a lot, and tap your brush off, otherwise you can get like a lot of fallout with them. But if you can get them on the eye, they are really, really beautiful. So this one is Cosmic, and this one is Glitter Rock. And I think Glitter Rock is the older one. What is those? They're just so pretty. The pigmentation on them is not that great, but they pick up a lot more of a pigment and the duochrome on a tacky base. And then this one is Solstice, and this one is Ether. And this one here you would initially think of Max Club or Max Blue Brown pigment, but it's actually like, it's like a purple pink version of those, and it's really gorgeous. Like, if you can, you initially think like those, you know, like are Max Club or Blue Brown, but it's like more purple. It's really, really pretty. I don't know if that's going to pick up how gorgeous these are in person, but they are a little something to work with, these shadows. But again, if you can get them on, they're really pretty. I also decided to try out one of their Sheer Revolution lipsticks, and this is in the shade Sheer Obsession. It's the pink one, and these feel much the same as like a tinted lipstick balm. Like, I have the Estee Lauder Pure Color Shine on in Mischievous Rose today. That's what I have on my lips right now. And these feel much the same, kind of like that. A sheer version of the actual lipstick, and these feel really nice on the lips as well, so I was happy about that. Mine kind of though was a little soft, and it looks a little crazy in the tube there, but see, it's kind of just a sheer version of the lipstick, but these feel really nice on the lips. Then BareMinerals came out with some new things as well. They came out with 3 new-ish palettes, I guess. One was the Power Neutrals, which I think I got off QVC a while ago, but they had it in a new like goldy type packaging. And then this one here is the Posh Neutrals, and there's one more, and I have a Ulta coupon, so I think I'm gonna get that one with my Ulta coupon. But this is the one that I have on my eyes today. Granted, I've had this makeup on for a long time, and it's just a slightly, just a little bit of wear in the crease, but not bad at all. And it looks really pretty. I like the BareMinerals Ready shadows for what they are. I think they're quick and I think they're easy and they blend well. I had just a tiny bit of fallout with this guy right here, but that is the only shade in the palette that has like little glitters in it. But this palette, some of these shades, like these two right here, there's a couple shades in here that remind me of the new Laura Mercier Mist, Water Mist, or their Laura Mercier's spring palette anyways, which I really liked for the uniqueness of the colors, but the quality of that palette could have been a little bit better. But these are quite nice, and again, it's got some, you know, some kind of unique-ish shades in here. Like these two here really remind me of colors in that palette, but it's what I have on my eyes today, and I really liked it. How many mattes are in here? One matte. This one right here is a matte. This one is kind of a borderline matte color right there, but this one's got some sparkles in it, but I think that's going to come off matte as well. Let me just swatch them for you guys. Maybe you can tell a little bit better for yourself. See, look at these two colors right here really remind me of those like murky, misty gray pastels, I guess. They're really pretty. Not the most vivid palette in the world, but I do like it for what it is, and it is what I have on my eyes, and I think it's just very neutral, wearable, and it's got those pretty kind of unique colors over here, so I do like that. And that's the Posh Neutrals, it's called. Then this other palette is from BareMinerals' spring collection, and it's called the Modern Pop palette. This one I have not worn yet. Again, it's got kind of some murky kind of pastel colors in it, and they all appear to be kind of a satin finish to them, but they're all very spring-like colors. Like, they're pretty. I have not worn this one yet, but I've had pretty good luck with the BareMinerals Ready Shadows as being just quick, easy, pretty eye looks. So that is the Modern Icon. See, that's I think is going to be a really neutral, springy eye without being too in your face spring, if that makes sense. And then I picked up one of the lipsticks as well, and this is in the shade Express Yourself. I believe there's 3 that came out with the spring collection, but this is the one that I picked up. And it does come in a cute little lipstick case, which is kind of a nice touch. And I really enjoy the Marvelous Moxie lipsticks, that's the formula this is. They're really nice lipsticks. It's got the little polka dots on there, and then you just slide this up like that. And this is in Express Yourself, which is kind of a nude peach color. Looks like that. And I have not worn this one just yet as well, but it swatches and it feels just like my other Marvelous Moxies. It has got a, it's like a vanilla or peppermint type of a smell to it, which I happen to not mind, so that's good. And then the last new thing from BareMinerals that I picked up is the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream with SPF 30, and this has got some really nice sensitive skin friendly ingredients in it, and I've worn this I think 4 times since I've gotten it, and it's got a ton of hydration in it, like a lot of hydration. I've got dry skin, so I absolutely love the hydration this provides for my skin, but it's got, I'd say, sheer to light, possibly buildable. I always just put kind of one layer on, and it doesn't go on very nice with a brush. I find it goes on really patchy. It is definitely not as flawless as my Dr. Jart BB cream, but it's more hydrating than my Dr. Jart BB cream. In my last video where I used this, it was a get ready with me video, I tried it for the first time with a beauty blender, and this applies much better with a beauty blender than it did with either my fingers or a brush. So I think I'm going to keep it because of the hydration and the nice tint and the nice SPF that it has to it, but it could be a little bit more flawless on the skin. And the shade that I picked up is Opal 01. And it is the lightest shade with the pink undertone, which it matches me pretty darn good. So I like that. That is what it looks like sheared out, but it feels really nice. The texture is really nice. The ingredients are nice. It's got the SPF 30. The only thing is I wish the finish was a little bit nicer. This is one that I like. I'll want to set with a powder. The Dr. Jar I can get away with just a translucent powder. This one I'm going to want something like a powder with a little bit more coverage to it. And then too, the lasting power on this is not that good. It feels nice though, so I'm a little iffy on it. I'd say 3 hours of perfect wear, and then if you maybe like, you know, brush your hand on your face or something like that, it's gonna swipe like off a little bit. Still gotta play with it, but I'm a little torn. I like the ingredients, I like the hydration, but there's a little bit of cons to it as well. So Marc Jacobs is another brand that came out with a bunch of new spring products, and I was good. At least I think I was good. They came out with lip liners, which I was super excited about. They came out with 3 shades. I initially had all 3 in my bucket, but I only got 1. And then they came out with these new sheer lip gels, and also another slew of new lipsticks. I can't remember the name of those ones, but I haven't gotten one of those ones yet. I just went with one of the sheer lip gels, and it's called the New Nudes. It's like a nude packaging, and I picked up the shade 102 Strange Magic. The names of these are kind of like how Urban Decay did their sheer lipsticks. They have the same names as the lipstick line, but this is supposedly the sheer version of that. So the colors, I think the color is really pretty, and it has a nice pigmentation for kind of supposedly being sheer, but it is very, very nude and slightly patchy on the lips. It's one that I'd probably want to put a lip liner all over underneath with, but I will say it feels really nice on the lips. So this is what the packaging on it looks like. It's pretty, it's like nudish, and that's what the lipstick looks like, which it's just like a sheer version of the Strange Magic lipstick, which I do have as well. It's got, can you see the pigment? It's a really nude one. I think that to the eyes, for being sheer and this light of a color, it's got decent pigmentation to it, but it goes on a little bit patchy on the lips. So I do recommend a lip liner with it, and that is 102 Strange Magic in the New Nudes color range. And then the lip liner that I got, it's called a P outliner or pout liner, a long wear lip pencil, and I got the shade 300 Nudist. I kind of wish I would have got the rosy one, but the texture of this and the feel of it and how it goes on is really, really nice. The packaging is similar to the eyeliners, except for the color is on the end here, and then it does have a twist up, which is really nice. So this is number 300 Nudist. And I actually wore these two together. I had to fade this in quite a bit and then put this over the top and really kind of blend in the lipstick, and it looked pretty, but the lipstick was a little something to work with. So that is Nudist. And then I wasn't going to get any of these because of the way that they looked online. They looked much too dark. The highlight shade looked much too dark for something that I would like. But I went ahead and went with the description of it and decided to get one anyways. And they're the Marc Jacobs Light Filtering Contour Powder. And the one that I got is number 20 Dream Filter. I've been wearing this for the past couple days, and I absolutely love the contour. It comes with like this little thing over the top. Pretty good size mirror. It's a big compact. What is there for product? 2 times 9 grams. So there's 18 grams of product in here, or 0.62 ounces. So there's a pretty hefty amount of product in here, but I absolutely love this half right here for bronzer. It's what I have on. It's got a red or pink undertone to it, which is flattering for my pink skin. And it's a real fine texture, silky texture, and it blends awesome. This powder here, when I tried to use it as like a highlight, it initially looked like nothing on the skin. Like literally I could not see it on the skin, but a couple minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes went by, and on the tops here, which is pretty much the lightest part of my face, I noticed it slightly got deeper. So I did not like that for a highlight on myself, but then I kind of played around with it and blended like the edges of the bronzier or contour shade. I personally think it's more of a bronzer shade than a like true contour shade. You can use it however, of course. It works for both. It's what I have on, and I think it does a pretty good job of bronzing, contouring, which is what I kind of do. I do a bronze contour. If I want to get real specific, I'll get a little brush and really go into the hollows with like a gray powder, but the textures of these are really nice, and this here kind of blends out the edges of that contour powder very nice. And if you like to do that that lighter powder underneath the contour, which I typically, I don't do that, but I did do it for the sake of, and it worked nice for that. But as a highlight itself on top of the cheeks, it's not something that I would use. And both of them are kind of a satin matte feel, but the textures are really beautiful. So that is what that looks like right there. I've used this quite a bit and I really like it. See it just looks really great. But if I blend this right here, see, it kind of turns into nothingness. But this here is really nice. And then to go with that, I got the Shape Contour and Blush Brush, which is also a new brush from Marc Jacobs. And I really like his brushes, with the exception of the blush brush, which I don't have because I could tell by the picture that I'd seen, and then I finally saw it in store, that it's not my cup of tea as far as bristles are concerned. It's almost like a natural feeling brush, but really kind of scratchy. Anyway, the brushes that are like this with the white on them are super soft. They're really nice. I like the bronzer brush, the Face 1, the Face 2. They're really nice brushes. This is no exception. I used it with the contour powder. You can see really well right there how it's probably showing up a little bit stronger on camera than it actually is in real life, but it legitimately does a nice contour there. It really isn't no fall down, drop down, and then on top of contouring it, you can just turn it in little circles and it just buffs a really pretty contoured bronze cheek. So, and then of course you can use it for blush and stuff like that. But unlike the new Real Techniques Bold Metals, which I've got those, I'm not crazy about those brushes. But they came out with one similar to this, and that one is much more, the bristles for one aren't as soft, and it's more dense, and it doesn't have as much give as this. I don't really like it for that. It doesn't buff like this one here does. So this is what it looks like. And you can see, it's got nice give to it, as well as a nice density, and it's super soft. It blends really, really nice. So I really like this. It's the Shape Brush number 15. Tempted to get another one, trying to be good. So that's all for this haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.